morning and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center RGV Sunday morning online experience. Unity is an all-inclusive spiritual community. We are love-based and we offer many practical tools to help you in your spiritual unfolding. If you would like to learn more about Unity, you may visit our website, unityrgv.org, or the main website, which is unity.org. We welcome you here today, and it's been quite an interesting week here in South Texas. We don't usually get this cold, and a lot of people have been having problems, and we send out prayers and thoughts of re-energizing everything this week because a lot of people are really hurting because of this cold weather and lack of electricity, lack of water, and things like that. So our thoughts and our prayer are with everyone now. And also, I'd like to send some prayers out to Charles, one of our congregants who has been hurting a little bit health-wise. So much love and light to you, Charles, and to Janie Moralo also, because her sister is going through some very difficult health issues, and we send love and prayers to her as well. So once again, welcome to our Sunday morning experience, and I hope you enjoy the service. Our announcements for this week are the same as usual. The classes, there's not a whole lot of things going on. Well, there are, but the classes are Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Let's Get Metaphysical. We meet with other people from other congregations on Zoom from other places in Texas, and we watch TED Talks or some other interesting video. And we have this philosophical discussions, and they're really a lot of fun. 7 p.m. on Tuesdays. The information should be on the website. And on Thursdays, 6:30 is an ARE group that meets, and at 8 o'clock, the collaborative meditation meets. So that's all the announcements for this week. I invite you to just center yourselves for a moment. Close your eyes if you're comfortable and just take a deep breath. And let's begin today's service with the Unity invocation that is shared around all the Unity centers around all the world. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. So today's the first week of Lent, and I wanted to read from this Release and Renew book for Sunday, February 21st, 2021. It says, First Living Word, forgiveness. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, was Jesus' prayer for forgiveness for those who were crucifying him. This is one of my favorite sayings in the entire Bible. Seriously, this sentence sets you and me free. In the past, whenever I have felt wronged or betrayed or deeply hurt, I always believed that somehow I had to be the one to forgive. Jesus is asking that forgiveness be given from a higher place of being, one that can be done that which our human selves cannot imagine doing. That is because the higher place of being recognizes and affirms that there is only good. Under the murky illusion of duality, only good really exists. Many jump to the question, well, what about Hitler, Stalin, war, and abuse? What humans have done within the collective belief system of duality, fear, and hatred is horrible. I agree. War, abuse, and murder represent some of the most extreme manifestations of what fear can create. But no matter what they, Hitler, Stalin, the serial killer, corrupt organizations, gangs, mobs, religious zealots, or you or I do in fear, it does not and will not take us or anyone out of the heart and love of God. Let us all trust the process that this master teacher laid out for us. Follow his lead, even if it goes against the dissonant music in your head that is playing your "Somebody Done Me Wrong" song. We only need to be willing to let the love of spirit, which knows no other and no offense, create the miracle that forgiveness offers. This is exactly what Jesus was relying on when he said, Father, forgive them. He is calling upon the divinity, the wholeness, and the unconditional love of God to do the forgiving. It is the Father within that does the work. In John 14:10, the Father within is a consciousness of all that is good, perfect, and pure. Freedom through forgiveness is only a thought away. Our part is to say yes to it and let it perform the miracle in the right and perfect time. Forgiveness, when called upon, washes away every story, every hurt, every fear, and every belief in separation. It is the most transcendent and transcending spiritual practice I know of. And those are the words of Reverend Mark Anthony Lord. 1, 2, 3. I feel love, love in me today. I feel love, love in here today. I feel love in me, love in here today. I feel peace, peace in me today. I feel peace, peace in here today. I feel peace in me, peace in here today. I feel joy, joy in me today. I feel joy, joy in here today. I feel joy in me, joy in here today. I feel love, love in me today. I feel love, love in here today. I feel love in me, love in here today. Join me now in Unity RGV Spiritual Center Affirmation and Vision. Unity Spiritual Center RGV is an expanding center of the Christ light, mighty to attract its good and radiate good to others. Centered in God, we express the indwelling Christ.
As we start this time of inner reflection, let's begin by getting comfortable. Remove all objects from your lap, place your feet on the floor, and sit up comfortably in your chair. Relax the muscles in your face, shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Feel your hips, legs, feet, and toes relax as well. Release any areas of tension you feel in your body. Take a deep, centering breath. Slowly inhale, gently hold for a few seconds, and then slowly exhale. Repeat a few times. Focus on your inhalation and exhalation as you continue to relax your body. Gently breathe in and out. Just relax and breathe naturally. You now feel the increased sense of relaxation to your body with every breath. Feel calmness and peace wash over you. Now let's center our attention to the daily words, which for today are, let go, let God. Our Bible verse is from Acts chapter 17, verse 28, and reads, "In him we live and move and have our being." As even some of your own poets have said, for we too are his offspring. Today's affirmation is, I do what is mine to do and release the rest. Let's say that together once. I do what is mine to do and release the rest. Our message reads, over the years, I have accepted more and more responsibility as I have grown in maturity and experience. I have also grown in wisdom as I am able to discern what is mine to do. I have learned what to take on and what to leave for others. I have also learned not to exhaust myself by taking too many commitments. Perhaps most important, I know when to use my will and determination to make things happen and when to let go. I recall times in my life when I felt frustrated that events did not unfold the way I had expected. I can now see how they unfolded perfectly, often in ways better than I could have imagined. I now let go easily, trusting in that perfection. Now let's close our eyes and take these words and this affirmation into the silence.
Silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I've got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my is my home.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Ivery, and I'm coming to you today from beautiful, sunny Harlingen, Texas. And we had no electricity, so we're here, and we're so grateful to Hampton Inn for their hospitality. Today, I want to share a little bit of Unity's struggle with integration and its growing consciousness toward oneness. Black History Week started in February 1926 to coincide with Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass's birthdays in February. It was designated Black History Month in 1976 during the United States bicentennial celebration by President Gerald Ford and recognized as Black History Month. And he encouraged Americans to seize the opportunity to honor the often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. In our spiritual community, Unity Worldwide Ministries' theme for February 2021 Black History Month is Evolving Consciousness Through Diversity. According to UWM, and I love this quote, divine power is diverse, inclusive, and resides in each of us. Black History Month gives us an opportunity to evolve our consciousness to a higher level, making us more awake. We can explore the relationship of our diverse selves with our divine oneness. And I totally agree with this statement, and I hope you do too. Unity as a movement, as a congregation, and as individuals continue to grow in our consciousness as racial healing continues to evolve. In an article called Archive Letter Sheds Light on Social Change Within Unity in Unity Magazine, April 2013, there was gives an informative information concerning the social attitude in Unity organizations and congregations toward segregation and integration during the 1950s. Unity welcomed African Americans to classes from the very beginning. The Blacks attended Sunday school classes and became full members of Unity Society of Practical Christianity in Kansas City, Missouri. But segregation, whether imposed or not, was common among Unity's earliest congregations. In the early 20th century, a group of African Americans asked Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore about coming to Sunday services and requested they be given a section to sit in as a group. According to letters written by L.E. Meyer, Fillmore reportedly gave them their choice of seats. Perhaps to avoid scrutiny from white congregants, the group selected the back of the sanctuary, but over time moved to the balcony. On occasion, a Black parishioner would ask to be seated elsewhere, and there would be disagreements between the white ushers and the Black congregants over seating, Meyer said. While in Detroit, under the leadership of Eric Butterworth, the Unity congregants finally achieved their mission, and they built a home church, and they had their first service on Thanksgiving in 1955. Yet there were tensions in the community, as suggested by a letter one constituent wrote to Butterworth on August 3rd, 1956. I write, she says, in the hope that I may in some small way become a channel of enlightenment concerning the colored situation in the Detroit Unity Association. The letter writer stated, Unity is such a mighty channel of truth. That is so true. A mighty channel of truth, she wrote. She suggested, however, that whites were, quote, deprived of their good, unquote, by the integration of Blacks in the congregation. She proposed that Detroit Blacks start their own Unity Center, and she cited passages from the Old Testament that she said proved God's will for races to be separated. A segregated unity is a paradox. On August the 7th, 1956, Eric Butterworth crafted a 4-page letter in response to his segregation-minded congregant. His reply managed to honor her while calling her higher. That is beautiful. To honor her while calling her higher. He acknowledged her concerns and her fears. He also countered each point of her letter. He explained that he sought a solution based upon spiritual principle. He noted that while the Hebrew scriptures contain multiple examples of prejudice, the people in the ancient stories were floundering in their aspiration for spiritual growth. They were growing. Jesus, however, offered new ideas of love, forgiveness, tolerance, and peace, he said. Butterworth clarified that freedom and inclusion followed divine law and United States law. He wrote that, quote, a segregated unity center is a paradox. For him, unity, as the name implies, stands for oneness, one God, one creator, one creation. He suggested that the teachings of Jesus should be used in a practical, livable manner in our lives and in our unity centers, or they are not worthwhile. Again, a practical, livable manner in our lives and in our unity centers. In the past 50 years, Unity has affirmed equality in its spiritual communities. In 2003, Unity CEO Tom Zender officially apologized on behalf of the organization for its past discriminatory practices, particularly with regard to housing policies for ministerial students. Reverend Tom Thorpe, the professor of spiritual education and enrichment in Unity Institute, advised, we must recognize the error, release attachment to the past, and redirect our energy. We continue to move forward in an inclusive way. The past doesn't negate our teachings. They're still valid. I love that. The past does not negate our teachings. I'm so happy that Unity is a growing movement because of the 5 principles it teaches and how these principles are the same for everyone. We're going to hear from Reverend Cherie Taylor Jones, a Unity minister, consultant, and author who sees the principles as a blueprint for equality. She will share what they mean to her in the following video as we hear reflections from other Unity ministers across the country as they share how Unity teachings support racial equality in the world.
Thank you, Reverend Ivery, for those wonderful words. Now comes the time in our service when we offer our tithes and our prayers to our spiritual community. Remember that tithing is all part of the giving and receiving circle of which we participate in this universe, in this dualistic universe. It's the breathing in and the breathing out of our activity. And so that's why it is written that as the more that you give, the more that you receive, because it's a circle. And the more you engage in that circle, the bigger the circle becomes. So we thank you from our hearts for everything you do for Unity RGV. So we take our tithes in our hands and together we say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
Everything I see, everything I do is blessed by your hand, God. I'll give it back to you. Everything I give, every thought that's true is magnified in kind, God. I'll give it back to you.
Thank you once again for joining us this Sunday morning. We are very blessed to have you here today. And we look forward to coming together again. And obviously it's getting closer. I don't know how close it is, but it's getting closer, obviously. So when that time when we'll be able to go back to the sanctuary, to Unity, RGV, and get together physically. In the meantime, the board's going to get together and make some decisions about some guidelines that we will incorporate in order to get that process going. So hang on for that. It's coming. I'd like to close out today's service with the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Have a blessed week, and be safe. And if you haven't been vaccinated, get yourself vaccinated. Take care.